17 members and associates of the Hells Angels are facing criminal charges in a violent attack.
Federal agents allege the outlaws sold drugs, traded firearms, and engaged in insurance fraud and even tampered with government witnesses.
We have learned there is cell phone video as well as surveillance video of evidence in this attack.
The U.S. Attorney characterized today's raids as historic, the largest federal bust on organized criminal gang activity.
Retaliation is common for crimes involving biker gangs. However, it could happen anywhere because of how interconnected gangs have become nationwide.
The 3-year investigation resulted in 42 federal indictments on a variety of charges, including racketeering, money laundering, drugs, gambling, insurance fraud, and extortion.
There's a bunch of bikers up here, and they're shooting guns and stuff. I need the police now.
Put on foot going towards 2nd Street. Okay, receive.
Then you see a pack of Hells Angels going by, people are going to want to look. Next thing you know, cars, because they're just staring at us and not paying attention to stop traffic.
If you wanted to break the law on an everyday norm, you should have joined the street gang. That's what they're known for. That's what they do. You're not allowed to steal cars on my block. We steal those cars.
I mean, it was so bad by us in Vegas. I was in the pool swimming, and the guys came back. Hey, Pee-wee, the cops are here. They want to talk to you. I said, well, go talk to them. Find out what they want. And they came back. They go, they want to talk to you.
Typically, if you leave the club, if you haven't been in for 10 years, you're automatically out back.
Got put out in 2006. Back in 2007, wound up going into Cannon. 2011. Came out of there. I had 4.5 years to walk off with zero support from that club.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Stacks. I'm your host, Bill Stacks, and today it's getting worse for the outlaws out there in Fort Wayne, Indiana. The FBI is now involved with the situation, so it is not looking good for them. Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you. Thank you for everything you do for this channel. So, the FBI is now involved in the situation with the outlaws. There's been a lot of talk about it. The video went viral. And when things like that happen, there will be repercussions. And now the FBI is involved. So the sheriff's department, FBI now involved in Fort Wayne bar attack probe. Fort Wayne, Indiana, city and county officials held a press conference on Wednesday, strongly denouncing the recent violence in our community. The leaders said that the FBI is now involved in the investigation of the attack at the Fort Wayne Pike Pub over the weekend. Allen County Sheriff Troy Hershberger said his department is the lead investigator, but says the FBI is joining to ensure every lead is followed and that they build the strongest case possible. So these guys are screwed. Like, there's no way around it. These guys are absolutely screwed. It does not matter. I mean, they took the shit way out of hand. They shouldn't have done that. People in the crowd yelling racial slurs wasn't a good look. So they're going to make an example out of these people. And, I mean, you guys know when the feds get involved, it's not good for them. So it says a black man was beaten by white men who wore vests with the outlaw on their back. The U.S. Justice Department says the Outlaws Motorcycle Club is known to engage in criminal activity. Earlier this week, the mayor released a response to the viral video. He says violence has no place here and says Fort Wayne is a welcoming and kind city. Pike's Pub, I mean, that place is going to end up getting shut down. Their business is done. The pub has been closed ever since the incident. and does not announce when it will open. I don't think it'll ever open. The mayor said, "My heart breaks when I see violence take place in our community. Fort Wayne is a welcoming city, and the recent violent acts that we've experienced have no place here. As a mayor, it is my duty to be transparent and keep our community safe and informed as possible. The incident at Pike's Pub fell outside of the city of Fort Wayne limits and is under the jurisdiction of Allen County Sheriff's Department. I have confidence and trust in their ability to bring those responsible to justice." So I guarantee you, mark my words, in a couple days, you will see a bunch of mugshots with outlaws being arrested for this situation, and they're probably going to pursue some type of hate crime. And do they deserve it? Probably. I mean, they went crazy. There's no place, even if the dude wasn't going to pay his bar tab, they didn't have to do that to him. You know? The guy was a big guy, but so what? They didn't have to jump on him with that many people, try to hit him with chairs and all this other shit. It was way out of hand. So, hey, they did it to themselves. And whoever recorded that video, you helped them. So, and they're probably friends. The people that recorded the video probably know the outlaws that are in that bar. I guarantee you they know each other. I mean, it's a small town. So, they are screwed. Mark my words. They will be parading their mugshots very soon, probably in the next week. And, I mean, they got video evidence, so there ain't much to it, you know? So in other news, this woman on the right, is a former sheriff's deputy. She was recently arrested. Says Volusia Sheriff Mike Sintwood remained silent about the arrest of one of his deputies, who abruptly resigned on charges of riding a motorcycle with a fake tag. Now, what the hell? Riding a motorcycle with a fake tag? Why would a police officer resign for riding a motorcycle with a fake tag? Why would a cop have a fake tag? Doesn't even make sense. So allegedly, this deputy is like a trick rider, you know, popping wheelies and all this shit. But she is in some trouble. So this happened in Florida, DeLand, Florida. An off-deputy, Volusia Sheriff's Office deputy, was arrested for riding a motorcycle without fastening the tag of her registration in lieu of termination of employment. A situation that Sheriff Mike Chitwood has remained silent on. Erica Muzzy, 26, who was hired as a deputy by Chitwood in 2021, resigned on Sunday, less than 24 hours after her arrest. She was stopped on the westbound I-4 near Deltona around 11:07 p.m. on Saturday, riding a motorcycle with a flipped-up tag and was not visible. When it flipped down, the tag read "Chase Me 3." It read "Chase Me," but the E was a 3. So when the tag flipped down, her tag said "Chase Me," and she is a deputy. Like, you can't make this shit up. So she is a deputy, and she's out there running from deputies. Before the traffic stop, Muzzy had been involved in an earlier incident in Deltona. That's Saturday night, according to the news release about 8:51 p.m., deputies spotted a motorcycle rider at the Wawa. Shout out to the Wawas out there. They don't have Wawas up here. I guess that's like a gas station. They fled the scene from the attempted traffic stop early in the evening. While being detained, the rider called out Muzzy, who was with his group of riders, who became argumentative with the deputy conducting the investigation. Muzzy was arrested on a charge of fleeing and attempting to elude law enforcement and transported to the Volusia County Branch Jail. Bond was set at $2,500. After the rider's arrest, Muzzy left Wawa riding her motorcycle with a fictitious tag. Rather than having it towed or getting a ride home, Muzzy was charged with possession of counterfeit license plate and transported to the branch jail. Bond was set at $2,500. Additional charges are possible, as other riders involved in the Wawa incident fled from deputies. So this is a sheriff's deputy that fled from sheriff deputies. Tell me that ain't a fucking oxymoron. In addition to last night's incident and arrest, the agency said it has become aware of social media accounts associated with Muzzy displaying reckless stunts like riding on public roads. The sheriff's office also investigating the conduct as part of an internal affairs investigation. Muzzy has been a deputy ever since she was hired by Chitwood in 2021, most recently assigned to District 2 in DeLand, northwest of Volusia. She is screwed. So I got a video for you guys of this whole situation. I'm going to play that now. This chick lost her job.
Yeah, we just got run out of Ford Morrison. Yeah, she's stopping. Doesn't seem happy, but she's stopping.
They just told me that I was fine to leave. I'm trying to go home.
Can't bring that.
They just told me that I was home. Really, Wes?
Yeah, listen.
Why would they tell me that I was good to go if I wasn't?
Yeah, we just got run out of Ford Morrison. Yeah, she's stopping. Doesn't seem happy, but she's stopping.
They just told me that I was fine to leave. I'm trying to go home.
Can't bring that.
They just told me that I was home. Really, Wes?
Yeah, listen.
Why would they tell me that I was good to go if I wasn't? That's what I don't understand.
You said, really, Wes?
Yeah.
Gotcha, bitch.
So why would they tell me that I was good to go if I wasn't?
Let me read you your stuff, okay?
Are
you still sworn?
I literally just got suspended because of this thing. So I'm trying to go home and go to fucking bed.
Like, you just got suspended tonight?
Yeah, like 20 minutes ago.
But before then, you were still sworn,
Yeah.
Wow. What do you guys think of that? Sheriff's deputy trying to talk her way out of shit. Lying ass cops. So you get time in prison for that, for running from the cops. You get a couple years. Definitely get a couple years for that. It's not no probation offense or anything like that. You get time in prison. So yeah, if you guys aren't aware, the FBI is involved with this whole situation at the bar. And then I heard some other show. I heard some people talking about, oh, they edited that in and all. That's not true. They didn't. People are crazy, man. The people that said it were in the bar. They weren't the people with the vests on, but they're going to be held accountable. They are definitely going to be held accountable. I think the Outlaws in Indiana, they're going to be paraded with their mugshots, are going to go viral, probably. And within the next week. Mark my words. Biker News Canada, what's going on, man? Thank you for joining me today. So the FBI is involved with this situation, Bob. It's not looking good for any of them. Definitely bad luck. So we got some news from Australia about the Banditos. There was a big biker bust. Let's check out this video. Jimmy, what's up, man? How are you? Sleepy Joe, what's good? Let's check this video out. Now, this is them conducting a raid. The group of outlaws sure did a disservice to the other 100%, man. Definitely did. They're terrible. They're making the whole club look bad right now. Now, this is a member of the Banditos home that was raided. Look at all that stuff. I think, is that his cut right there? It's like written different. I don't know. Do they have different cuts in different countries? Like the lettering and all that? Because that's what it looks like. Unless it's just a shirt. Looks like a whole different cut from a sport club. Yup. It's got the fat Mexican on it, though. That Banditos trial is going to be starting in the next couple months down in Texas. That one's going to be crazy. We're going to follow that one along. I'll get you all the information as it comes out. The hell is that, a CD or a sticker? Or is that a patch? Empty chamber? That must be a support club for the Banditos, right? Solidaros. Man, I ain't dealing with this shit. I ain't dealing with it, bruh. Hasta luego. Tommy, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. So, there's an article from Seaside Heights. Consequences. Seaside Heights closed the boardwalk nightly, and they banned backpacks and increased fines. So, the Memorial Day weekend has brought heaps of negative publicity to Seaside Heights amidst the redevelopment efforts that have more than doubled the value of its tax base over the last several years. They're cracking down on the foul behavior driven by social media and culture of lawlessness, officials said on Wednesday. The Borough Council introduced a suite of ordinances that aim to prevent violence and mayhem on the boardwalk and holding property owners accountable for illegally renting out their homes without permits or renting them to underage guests that are not supervised by adults. All of the ordinance will be subject to a public hearing before the vote on the financial adaptation at the next council meeting. The schedule is June 18th. It was worse Memorial Day weekend in my 59 years in Seaside Heights, said the mayor. Nearly 90 arrests over the course of the long weekend. Years ago, when we were young, there were motorcycle gangs, bar fights. This, in my opinion, was more horrific. The disrespect was given to our police officers was shocking. So what they're saying is they have a better time dealing with motorcycle clubs that get into little spats and bar fights than the shit they're dealing with now over at Seaside Heights. 100%. Yeah. Them dudes are definitely going to probably federal prison now. And they're going to turn it into a hate crime. Guarantee within the next week, they will be marching a bunch of mugshots in front of everybody, saying these are the people that were involved in the fight. How many people were involved in that fight? It's probably like 5. Let me see. How many people are involved in this fight? Let's see. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. That dude right there with the beard, boom, he'll be there front and center. Whoever filmed this, you sent your boys to prison. Well, they did it to themselves, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, no matter where you go in life, act as if you're being video recorded, because you probably are being video recorded. That dude's going to be front and center. And the racial slurs came from around this table. You see this table right here? Right here where all these drinks are, and all these Bud Lights. That's where the racial slurs came from. Nordic Wave, what's up? when the races are revised and the groups of black people are beating a white guy, calling him a white boy, no federal hate crime. I know, that's kind of odd, isn't it? It is kind of odd. I've been jumped by a group of black dudes. Wasn't no hate crime there. Jimmy, what's going on? Yeah, what will happen to the person video filming it, right? Nothing. Nothing will happen to the person that filmed it. And they probably know these people. They're probably all close. Because this is a small town. You know, everybody knows everybody in a small town like that. I mean, the regulars at this bar. And the guy yelling the racial slurs sounded drunk as shit. Probably don't even remember doing it. But it was really uncalled for what they did to this guy. It looked like he was trying to leave. They told him to leave. And then they're like, no, you're paying your tab, you motherfucker. What? See? He tries to leave. Then this guy with the beard grabs him. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen some comments from people who are family members of some of these outlaws, and they said that they're really trashy people. I'm just quoting what they said. This woman was going in on them, saying that they're like the dirtbags of town. But I don't know. I don't know any of these people. I'm just relaying what she said. That guy right there pulled him back with the beard on the right. You see him? You're paying your tab, right? And then you see the other guy right there, the big guy. Let's see who hit him first. Huh? You can't see who hit him first because it's censored. I think it was that guy. I think it was, see that bald guy right there? Right there, the bald guy with the outlaw shirt on. He's the guy that hit him first. You can tell in the video. And then the rest is censored. Let me see if I can get the whole video. We'll go frame by frame. Hold on. Here it already started. The dude was too big for them. They couldn't get it. And all them dudes, and they didn't do nothing to him, really. Yeah, they fucked up by doing this. Big time. Whoever yelling them racial slurs, bad, really bad. I mean, it's bad enough that they assaulted this guy the way they did, but then to have the person at the table yelling the racial slurs while they're doing it, terrible look. But Indiana is a known racist spot. It's historically known to be a racist spot. And I wonder what happens after the camera gets cut off. Look at this guy. He's got his hands around the dude's throat. That guy's going to get charged with some shit. Look, the video right there. The dude's got his hands around the dude's throat. So it's really not going to be good for any of them. They're going to be paraded in front of the camera. See, a lot of them guys are just standing around, but they were involved at some point. You see what I'm saying? The guys that are standing around up there on the top. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the feds pick up the charges. The FBI's involved now. And there's a lot of people calling for this to be prosecuted. There's people out there protesting. This bar probably never open again. Who knows? There's a lot of we'll see what happens, right? It just puts a bad face into the club, not justifying what they did because it wasn't called for, in my opinion. 100%. It makes the club look terrible. And you see what I'm saying? It's just this small group of guys that can fuck it up for everybody and it puts a reputation or a bad light. Because these people, they represent the whole club when they wear the patch. Everywhere they go. So, a lot of people are always like, how come they even mention he's in the club? If someone gets arrested, why did they mention he's in the club? What does that got to do with it? They represent the club. You need to carry yourself a certain way. And when you don't, there's repercussions. So we'll see what happens, right? They'll be fine as long as no members yelled out the racist term. Yeah, but I don't know, man. All they have to do is watch this video. You can't really tell where it's coming from. I mean, you could tell it's not from the members, but it was yelled out. That's all they need, you know? I think if they play this for a jury, it doesn't matter that someone else yelled it. They were in the midst of beating up the guy while it was being yelled. So it really doesn't matter. I don't think they have too much of a defense. It's my personal opinion. I think they're screwed, but we'll see what happens, right? But the FBI is definitely involved now. So I want to put a spotlight on this guy. U.S. Attorney from Minnesota charges federal agent with producing child P charges. This is in Minnesota. His name's Timothy Ryan Gregg was charged Wednesday with production of child P. Let me show you guys this. People like this need to be exposed at all costs. Look at this scumbag. Homeland Security investigator, special agent in Minnesota has been charged with allegedly producing child P. Special Agent Timothy Ryan Gregg was charged Wednesday with production of child P, according to the acting U.S. attorney. Gregg, 51, of Eagan, is accused of attempting a consorting or enticing a minor to take part in explicit conduct with the intention of producing child P, according to court documents. Crazy. Photos and videos shown of a minor victim and an older person later identified as Gregg engaging in explicit activity. Gregg, a special agent with Homeland Security investigations and a task force officer with the Federal Bureau of Investigations. The U.S. Attorney's Office will always hold defendants in positions of public trust to account, particularly when they commit crimes against vulnerable children, said Thompson. I am proud of a swift and decisive action of the FBI and the Rochester Police Department, who responded immediately and worked together to take Greg safely into custody. They should have took him unsafely into custody. You guys can see this, right? They should have took him unsafely into custody. That would have been good. No, I don't think there would have been any.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Dorn.
And I'm Lindsey Brown. Tonight, a federal agent from Minnesota is facing federal charges for producing child pornography. Prosecutors say 51-year-old Timothy Ryan Gregg of Eagan is behind bars.
Jay Coles asked a former FBI agent how something like this could happen, even though they all go through extensive background checks.
Yeah, and this is a tough one for everyone involved, Kevin. This is the second time in 3 weeks a law enforcement officer has been charged with possessing or distributing child pornography.
In
May,
3 weeks?
It was a Minnesota state trooper.
Wait, in 3 weeks? I think there's a problem up there in Minnesota. What the hell's going on up there in Minnesota? 3 weeks. The second person in 3 weeks of a person in power in Minnesota. Tampon Timmy, you got some explaining to do.
Today, a special agent working at the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. The head of Minnesota's FBI office says the actions of Timothy Gregg are horrifying and a gross betrayal of public trust. The U.S. attorney for Minnesota says Gregg coerced a minor into sexually explicit conduct to produce child pornography. And prosecutors say Gregg is a U.S. Homeland Security Investigations special agent.
When a law enforcement officer is involved, especially with allegations like this, it's highly disappointing.
The complaint says the minor's father saw the troubling photos on a cell phone and turned them over to investigators who say Gregg is in those pictures with the minor. Stunning news to those in law enforcement.
Because so much trust is placed in law enforcement by the public that this is a black eye for all of law enforcement.
Gregg's indictment comes just 3 weeks after the feds charged Minnesota State Trooper Jeremy Plonsky with production and distribution of child pornography.
What?
Retired FBI agent Kyle Loven says federal agents face very extensive background checks before they're hired, and it doesn't end there.
It continues on throughout the career of a special agent. When I was in the FBI, it was typically every 5 years you would be subject to a reinvestigation.
Despite all of that, Loven says guys like Gregg and Plonsky can conceal their criminal activity, and it's hard for those who end up investigating it.
Because anytime you have trust issues within law enforcement, it's difficult to regain.
Rochester police assisted the FBI in arresting Gregg and taking him into custody. Prosecutors say he's in custody and he'll remain there until his next court hearing, which has not been set just yet.
Interesting, the process, though.
Yeah, I didn't know they did it every 5 years. So
Crazy, right?
It is, though. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah. The registry up there in Minnesota is just bikers and cops, right? Club members and cops. Crazy. Ghost Eagle Guardian, what's going on? How are you? That's why we should trust Leo. Yeah, law enforcement, man, they're no good. No good. Charles says a former FBI. Oh, this is going to be fun. I want to see the next episode. Me too. I wish they could follow him in prison. He'll get smashed. I've seen a cop get smashed in prison once. Pretty bad. And honestly, I didn't feel bad when it happened. He was one of them arrogant motherfuckers, too. So when it happened to him, it's like, yeah, that's what you get, motherfucker. So they waited around the corner, right? And this dude had a lock. I don't know if he put it on his hand, like a brass knuckle kind of, or if you put it in a sock, I forgot. But he waited around this corner. This dude was walking down a tier, and he just popped out, bam, right in his face. It was crazy, and he went running to the bubble. That was that. Didn't see him again. No, it's crazy, man. We got a lot of content coming tonight. Hatchet Part 2. If you guys want to watch the full video, go check it out. It's on Patreon right now, or it's on members. You can see the whole video. I'll bring you guys updates on this chick. This chick was a sheriff's deputy, and she ran from the cops he works for. Like, you can't make this shit up. This chick had and then when the cop comes, she goes, "They said I was good to go." What do you mean? They said I was good to go. No, they didn't. You lying ass. Of course she's lying, right? So allegedly, she got arrested at an altercation at a Wawa, which is a gas station. For you people up here that don't know what a Wawa is, she got into an altercation, and then she goes back, grabs her bike, and there's no plate on her bike. Her plate says "Chase me." And she allegedly engaged in a pursuit. Play the video again.
Yeah, we just got on 4 Yeah, she's stopping.
It's good, Robles.
Doesn't seem happy, but she's stopping.
I was just told I was good to go.
Are you good to go?
Yes, they just told me that I was fine to leave.
Okay, this is not a good tag.
They just told me that I was fine to leave. I'm trying to go home.
Can't bring that.
They just told me that I was home.
Put your hands behind your back.
Really, Wes?
Yeah.
Really, Wes?
Why would they tell me that I was good to go if I wasn't? That's what I don't understand.
Because you're a dumb bitch.
Yeah.
So why would they tell me that I was good to go if I wasn't?
Let me read you your stuff, okay?
Are
you still sworn?
I literally
She said I was 20 minutes ago.
because of this thing. So I'm trying to go home and go to fucking bed.
Like, you just got suspended tonight?
Yeah, but 20 minutes ago.
But before then, you were still sworn.
What do you guys think of this situation? She resigned, so she's not a cop anymore. I'll give you guys updates as this the fight in Fort Wayne concludes. See what happens. I can already see it, what's going to happen a mile away, but we'll report on it as it comes out. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. There's a lot of content on the way. I'm working on some big things. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Have a great Thursday. I'm so damn busy, it's not even funny. Can't see her being a cop. Yep, she was a cop. She's allegedly a stunt rider too. Well, she ain't gonna be doing that no more. Oh well. If you guys like this content, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, too fucking bad. Start your own podcast. I appreciate all you guys. If you want to donate, you can hit up the Cash App at Chatting with Stacks. And if you want to be a guest and tell your story, hit my email up at BillStacks2021. I appreciate all you guys. And remember, don't be a bitch or a cop. Peace.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.